What lie do people need to stop believing? It'll be easier if I get gas in the morning on the way to work. Lies. LMAO, that and just the whole phenomenon of people having a really common, no-brainer idea and then being shocked when other people had it too. If I get lunch 30 minutes early, I'll beat the lunch rush. Meanwhile, 300 other people had the same idea and you are now stuck in the lunch rush. Getting a raise that puts you into the next tax bracket does not mean all your income is taxed at the higher rate. Only the small piece over the threshold. I have argued with people so much over this. Adults know what's going on. I'm 32 and I haven't got a fucking clue. I remember when I realized my parents, and most adults were just making it up or winging it most of the time. I was standing in the living room of a 2-bedroom house I'd just bought and moved into with a few boxes of stuff, a desk and a futon to my name. I slept on the futon in the middle of the living room for 6 months and woke up to a chilly breeze through the open windows. I looked around and thought, holy shit, somebody thinks I'm responsible enough to pay back a massive loan, and I still live like an irresponsible college kid. Vaccines cause autism. Furthermore, as someone who actually does have autism, the implication that you would rather have your kid die a slow, painful, and completely preventable death than have autism is pretty damn offensive. Yup. I am autistic, high-functioning, so no one ever believes it till they get to know me. Turned out pretty well, definitely better than dead. That just because a popular celebrity or athlete endorses a product, that means it's worth buying. You're telling me I shouldn't pour all my money into an imaginary currency because Matt Damon said I'd be a loser if I didn't? Fortune favors the bold. That if only people would switch to reusable straws, bags, rags, stop all single-use items, abide by zero-waste philosophies, we can make an impact. I do all of these things, but I'm not under the illusion that it will be a significant impact. Nothing much will change if big corporations continue to get away with massive tons of plastic waste, carbon emissions, oil spills, etc. Majority of plastic waste in the ocean is agriculture and fishing related. Majority of carbon emissions is industrial and power generation. Majority of chemical pollution is industrial. Media, often owned by the same people or their buddies, works hard to blame all environmental issues on the end user. End user and their consumption practices have the smallest impact. Most environmental issues can be resolved with the right investment and due diligence, without appreciably impacting the quality of life and even the usual behaviors of the average individual. The only reason this is not done is because it would eat significantly into the profit margins of large corporations. Corporations can regulate themselves. Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs lobbies to abolish OSHA because corporations will see to the safety of their employees. Libertarian Mike Rowe is against government intervention. Water is wet. That Marilyn Manson had his bottom ribs removed so he could suck his own dick. The true miracle was that teenagers around the world were able to spread that rumor without the internet or cell phones. The whole belief of small animals like reptiles, fish and rodents have no intelligence and function on instincts alone. This belief is very harmful in the pet trade due to misinformation, including the idea that they don't benefit from any enrichment/stimuli, and do best in a tiny empty box given the bare minimum, or borderline neglectful care. These animals are far smarter than people realize. They can recognize faces, can be trained, capable of problem solving, and so much more. That every mechanic is out to take your money. Please. I beg of you. Some of us do simply want nothing but the best for our customers. For us smaller shops, getting customers to trust is important. One way we do that is by making sure our customers' vehicles are safe to drive. So if we notice a leaking hose or notice a funny noise that shouldn't be there, we'll let you know, that way you're aware of the problem. We aren't just looking for more money. We leave that for the dealerships. Money doesn't buy happiness. If someone gave me $10 million, it would solve 90% of my problems. I would definitely be happier. It's a sliding scale. If someone's already a billionaire, another million isn't going to make them any happier. But if someone handed me $1 million, most of my stress would vanish overnight. Sure, maybe that's not buying happiness, but it's buying my life back, and it's a lot easier to find your way to happiness when your time is your own. Carrots help with eyesight. This particular gem came about during WW2. Britain spread the rumor that their pilots were getting better eyesight by eating a lot of carrots. They spread this rumor to try to keep the Germans from knowing about the new invention of radar, in order to cover up why so many targets were being hit. And it's true in that a vitamin A deficiency can cause night blindness, and carrots, like many other vegetables and fruits, is high in precursors for vitamin A. So a cover-up based on a tiny pinch of truth.